Hello, I am so excited to talk about my internship. It was just an incredible opportunity. I was working at Kentucky Science Center in Louisville, Kentucky, and I was the camp behavior inclusion lead. I worked specifically with their summer camps and the management team, and I'll jump into what that looked like a little bit more. But first, I thought it'd be fun to kind of share my favorite parts of my job within the geographic region. So my job was right on the Ohio River, and every morning when I came to my parked, I could see the river. Literally, my parking garage was, I could go out and I could swim in the water if I wanted to. It's kind of gross, but I could have, and I loved that. Also, my internship was placed right on Louisville's Main Street, which is lovingly dubbed Museum Row because there's multiple museums on that street, and it's really just such a cool space. And I was able to collaborate not only with the Kentucky Science Center, but the Fraser Museum and the Kentucky Arts Museum. It was just such a cool opportunity for me to understand a little bit more about science and art and museums. Also, I got to get my favorite hot dogs from a vendor just down the street, so it's the best. Jumping into what my role was, I was the behavior inclusion lead for camps, and it was all about discovering the needs of campers with neurodivergences and creating experiences and accommodations that will enhance their learning journey. And my past experience in work kind of helped prepare me for this job. I've worked as a behavior technician for kids who have autism in clinics, so I came in with a little bit of an understanding of how to, not a little bit, but an understanding of how to interact with people with neurodivergences and really just treat them as humans because that's what they are. So I was so excited to take this at a different look though, because before I was on a clinic setting and now this was in a community-based experiential learning giant museum. So I was super excited, and this is what I learned. Over the course of the summer, I was able to see firsthand the difficulties that neurodivergent kids can experience in an educational learning space. In my past job, I was always one-on-one with the kid I was with, and we went out in the community, but it was never on such a huge scale of being able to see kids who have neurodivergences work with kids who are neurotypical. And I just realized that there was this disconnect and there was a need that needed to be filled, specifically within educational environments. And so I was put to work this summer, and I loved it. It was so fun. As you can see, I'm blowing bubbles with the camper over here. We just needed a little bit of a break, and this camper taught me a lot about ways we can learn outside of the typical classroom standard, and it was just an incredible opportunity and so fun. Also over here on the right, it's a giant group activity, and as you can see, for some kids it may be a little bit too much. The motor skills could be too much, the loudness could be too much. There's just really so much that could impact how a kid learns. So I decided to make a change and learn a little bit more. And just to clarify, the Kentucky Science Center is already an incredible facility, so I was just coming in and adding with what I knew and learning from them as well. It's very much a symbiotic relationship. Their entire motto is to do science and enhance growth through creative learning. And so it was just really cool to work with them, collaborate, and learn from them. And within the first few weeks, I created a customer journey map. And essentially, I just did it for mostly a neurotypical kid, with maybe a little bit of neurodivergencies, but it was more just like the basic ups and downs a camper could experience as they're going through the week. As you can see, like the first few days, because camps are a week long, I should clarify that. They are a week long, and they are from 9 to 5. So for some of these kids, it is their first time being away from home, and it's a lot. So there's ups and there's downs, there's excitements. You're in an interactive learning space. The Science Center is so fun. You have so many different experiential learning bases, but you're also in a classroom as well, and you're constantly switching. And so there's so many ups and downs, and doing this journey map really helped me and my team of 5 people just kind of understand, okay, these are where pain points can be, what can we do for that? Something else we did, sorry, I should have switched slides, but we'll just jump into this one. This one is our plans for future campaigns that I was able to help with. And so we used the design thinking process. We thought of different needs that each group of ages might need, and then we defined the problem, we ideated, and then we came up with some prototypes, and these were some of the ideas for camp ideas. One was positive psychology. This is for our older classes, so from 6th to 8th grade, and that would be all about helping kids learn about mental health, learn about how the brain specifically works, serotonin, dopamine, those levels, and maybe even being able to collab with the U of L psychology department or something like that, and being able to do a field trip out there. Another one I had was for a younger camp. We came up with Harry Potter camp, and that one was super fun, very simple. Another one that I thought was so cool that my team and I were just so passionate about was animal camp / dog days. And it would be a 5-day camp of exploring the symbiotic relationship that people have with animals and tying it into art, not architecture, it's a word, for farming.
Agriculture.
Thank you, agriculture. And just how animals have helped with that and the history of it. And then we'd also be able to go to a farm and experience that. So as you can see, the Science Center has lots of opportunities to learn, and they love collabing and getting their kids out in space and helping these experiences be big. So me as a ExDM student, this was so exciting because it wasn't just classroom-based learning, it was experiential-based learning. And it was so fun to be able to work with my team and use the design thinking process to come up with some ideas, and we were able to test it with campers and figure out which ones would work. Okay, and now we're going to go back to the thing I was talking about, sorry, back to the other mindset of talking about how campers sometimes struggle in a normal classroom environment, and there's lots of transitions within camps. And as my team and I recognized this, we decided that a major pain point that campers have is transitions. As I said before, it's from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And these campers are always moving. We're either in exhibits exploring, and there's loud noises because there's guests there too, or they're doing slime experiments, or doing dissections, or listening to lectures, or going on field trips. So there's just so much that's going on, but there's a lot of potential for overstimulation. And so, and that comes with transitions. Transitions are any changes that can happen. And yeah, we just decided to revamp orientation for next year because there were a couple teachers and counselors that we worked with that we recognized a lot of the behaviors that could have been prevented could have happened if we did a better job at teaching about transitions. Transitions and bad behaviors that happen from transitions can be anywhere from overstimulation, being exhausted, being stressed, being hungry. And so we came up with an orientation plan to really help these kids and the teachers so that they're both equipped to handle that. Because that was a major pain point the Science Center faced, is just learning how to help these kids when they're already stressed and they went through a hard transition, and helping them calm down so they can have a good experience for the rest of the day. Okay, and the last thing I really want to share with you guys is just the overall memories and my proudest thing that I was able to do at the Science Center, and that was interact with so many incredible human beings and so many incredible minds. Here are pictures, I'm sorry I can't show you their cute faces, but of campers who just touched my heart, and who needed just a little bit more of a break, and I was able to spend time with them and use creative thinking to really solve their pain points when they came in my office. And sometimes we'd have puppet races, or sometimes we'd make castles out of sand, or we'd go on a walk and we would talk about our favorite colors and connect that to science. And it was just really such an incredible opportunity that I had to connect with these kids, and they just taught me so much and helped me realize that further my dream more than I thought. I absolutely love Kentucky Science Center. The only qualm I had was it was so short to work with these kids, because it's just every week it was a new set of kids, and that was really hard for me. But overall, I absolutely loved working at the Science Center. It was an incredible opportunity, and I am so grateful for it. Thank you for watching this presentation. If you have any questions, you can message me, but overall, it was just an incredible opportunity. I learned that there was a huge opportunity and need to help neurodivergent kids within a classroom learning space, and it just fueled my fire to continue going down this path of creating incredible experiences for kids that really need it.